Good morning, November 26th, Fede Nanetti for Winston Capital Advisors, our weekly webcast. You'll see very sunny, beautiful Miami. I was trying to get the views of the city, but it's too much sun. So you have these views of this beautiful library that's behind me. Hope everybody's having a beautiful and sunny day. We have a short webcast today because it was a short week last week, so there is not that many news. But like always, we will talk a little bit about what's on barrels, market records, what's going on with the oil market, a little bit of the political news, inflation. Obviously, Black Friday started, so we'll talk about that. And like always, what is coming this week. So very quickly, Barron's has a very long article on emerging markets. It doesn't have a lot of substance, honestly, other than telling us what we know, that the market is up, the emerging market is up 34%, higher than the S&P and the European markets, and that they're cheaper. They're trading at 12 times PE versus 18 for the US and 14 for Europe. But it's the same story. It's a story of growth in the economy and the growth that translates into earnings in the companies and something that the market knows. The other thing that comment there is like the emerging markets have shifted a lot of debt issuance from dollar or hard currency to local debt, which makes them more secure or more protected against FX changes worldwide. No mention on Argentina, one of my favorite markets in the emerging markets, so I like it. Still, the big boys are not looking at Argentina, which I think is very positive. And finally, most of the managers interviewed are very comfortable with China. A lot of the fears have gone away. So for now, I think that's a positive development. This good article on oil. And so basically something that many people didn't see this year coming, better growth worldwide, better economic development in general, so basically drives demand up. And on that, we had just over the end of the week some noise on OPEC that Russia might not go along on keeping the March 2018 cuts. It's controversial. Some papers say that yes, he's going to do it. Some says no. So we'll stay tuned. And probably my feeling is that the oil producing countries are very tempted just to lift quotas because economic growth is very robust at worldwide level. We have records in the markets again, not only in the US, but in Europe and emerging markets. So going along what we've been saying for a while, good economic growth, good earnings. On the political front, we had the Merkel coalition, or at least not a coalition. Merkel failed to form a coalition over the weekend. She had imposed herself a deadline for the weekend. It didn't happen. She threatened with calling into new elections, but over the end of the weekend, like on Friday, it looks like there is some talks into back forming a coalition. It looks like the members do not want to go to another election. So we will keep you guys informed, see what's there. And in Chile, Sebastián Piñera won, but on a margin that was way less expected than, again, the polling agencies had thought. So the market corrected. The center-left and the left parties made big gains at the legislative level. So we'll see what happens. He's going in the second round. He's expected to win, but probably with not the majorities that he thought he was going to have. So we will follow up on that next week. Again, we have a lot of conversation about low inflation. Janet Yellen spoke on Tuesday at NYU, speaking on how she's so surprised that there is no inflation showing up. And actually, she does her last appearance this coming week on Wednesday to the Joint Committee of the Congress on Economic Affairs, and she will talk again. So we'll be listening to that. But before we go into that, the last part of this week, obviously, was Black Friday, highly anticipated. We discussed it during the week that many, from the Association of Retailers to online sales, everybody was anticipating a very good number for Friday. It looks like it was that way. Obviously, the winner, Amazon, apparently did spectacular. The stock was up 2.5% on the short session on Friday, which made Jeff Bezos the first person to be worth 100 billions. Reminds me of some of the old movies with the bad guys, 100 billions. So that was it for the short week, and then Coming this week, we have more on PDVSA. Some of the grace period of the bonds are due. I've heard some rumors this weekend that there are some big hedge funds in the United States that are trying to get together and force a default issue. We'll be following up against rumors. As I said, Yellen will speak on Congress for the last time on Wednesday. Steve Mnuchin will speak on Tuesday about the treasury markets, and kind of the issuance of treasuries, technical details, but clearly for the people who are interested. And we're going to have the second reading of the GDP for the third quarter. Again, we had a short week, so we have short stories for today. And now we get into the last part of the year. We start on the Christmas sales, Christmas season, so probably we have like 3 more weeks left before we get into the quiet Christmas days. Again, I hope to find you soon. Have a great week. We'll reconnect next weekend. Have a good one.